We begin with the latest on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The teenager charged with shooting 3 protesters, killing 2 in Kenosha during the riots following the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Our Andrea Albers has been following what's been happening in the Kenosha courtroom today and joins us live in the newsroom. Andrea.
Julia, first on the stand today was James Armstrong with the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. He specializes in forensic imaging. The state then called the medical examiner who wrote the autopsy reports for the men who Kyle Rittenhouse is accused of murdering. Dr. Doug Kelly, a medical examiner in Milwaukee County, authored the autopsy reports for Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, the 2 men shot and killed by Kyle Rittenhouse. Dr. Kelly testified that in his role, he looks for evidence of trauma and disease, collects evidence if necessary, and takes photographs to determine a cause of death. He testified that Huber died from a gunshot wound to the chest. When it came to Rosenbaum, Dr. Kelly testified that he found several injuries consistent with gunshot wounds, and in his medical opinion, the shot that killed Rosenbaum was a shot to the back. But Dr. Kelly told the court that an autopsy alone will not tell you which bullets struck first.
If trying to determine some kind of order of gunshots, obviously the autopsy itself is not going to allow us to do that. We can use the injuries and the details about those injuries to help us, but the autopsy alone is not going to allow you to do that, and also is not going to allow you to know what position the person is in when they were shot.
Rittenhouse, for his part, looked uncomfortable during some parts of the morning, averting his eyes when photos detailing the autopsies were being shown to the court. Dr. Kelly also reviewed the same video that the jury saw that showed part of the shooting of Joseph Rosenbaum. With the knowledge of that video and his autopsy findings, Dr. Kelly was pressed by both the prosecution and defense on what position Rosenbaum might have been in when the fatal shot struck him. Was Rosenbaum lunging towards Rittenhouse, or was he falling after being shot by Rittenhouse? Kelly testified it could have been either. Court broke for lunch about 15 minutes ago, and the prosecution has indicated they plan to rest their case when court resumes. In the newsroom, Andrea Albers, TMJ4 News.
All right, Andrea, thank you. As the prosecution makes some of their final arguments, we're looking ahead to see what the defense may try and do this afternoon. This morning, we talked to a defense attorney and legal expert, Patrick McCafferty, who says that Rittenhouse testimony could be key.
The defense will attempt to kind of meld Rittenhouse's testimony with the existing cross-examine information that they've been able to bring out, along with their expert, and they're going to try to put together the argument that he had to do what he had to do, or he would have been dead.
Cafferty will be joining us every morning on TMJ4 News Today to break down the key points of the Rittenhouse trial. A reminder, you can watch the trial live on Court TV, over the air, on channel 4.3. And Stephanie Haynes is in court every day. We'll have the latest trial every night on TMJ4 News starting at 5.